Hello, welcome back to the Mr. Arsenal podcast. After what's gone on, obviously we've had chats privately, and due to the good news, obviously that we are hearing on Christian, and obviously keep up with the recovery, mate. We decided to obviously go ahead and with the next game. Obviously, the Finland Denmark game has got back underway again. The players did demand that they wanted to continue the game itself, so that's obviously playing now. But 8 o'clock, obviously, Belgium play Russia, and first and foremost, again, as we've got off there, more news coming out more, and that he is aware of what's going on around him and reacting basically in a good way. But obviously, could be held in hospital for further tests for why what happened. See if we can figure it out.
I mean, the fact that they resuscitated him, he's either had a stroke or a heart attack. Simple as that.
Well, the way he went, I think it was a letter.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was. Tends to be, thank God that they've got him back and he's responding. Generally tends to be the word of caution. You're not out of the woods the first 24 hours after you have one. Got to be temper it with a little bit of caution, but thank God he's awake, and nobody ever wants to see anything like that on a football field. And that sort of something like that sort of gives everybody a jolt into reality. There are certain things, I'm going to say this, might make me unpopular. There's certain things going on in football at the moment that don't matter one jot compared to what we saw on that pitch today. When everybody, to a man and to a human being, was worried about the safety of a player who, let's face it, at his age now, it's going to be very difficult. Yeah, it's very difficult for him to come back and play football again. I don't think there's many insurance companies in the world, so we have to first of all thank God he's alive, and then need to be given now to the immediate aftercare of Christian Eriksen, and he needs to get the best, not only treatment but the best advice possible and the best help possible.
Yeah, because it's like we mentioned earlier in the previous natural stream itself, before we ended it, very reminiscent of a more recent event in 2012 where Fabrice Muamba, who famously collapsed on the pitch, the same situation, and he was they took over an hour before they could get him back alive, so we say, and responsive to. So again, hats off to both medical teams of both obviously Denmark and Finland for doing what they did. Yeah.
What they've done there, the medical team, is nothing short of fantastic, and they're to be roundly applauded. You want to hand out. I'm going to throw this out there too. You want to hand out MBEs? Give some to the people who treated him out there. Because nobody ever wants to see a dire thing like that on a football field. I've come across it once as a referee, 24-year-old lad, and he wasn't able to play again. So you need not only to be able to take care of Christian in the immediate, but also to make sure that he's well looked after and receives the right advice going forward as well, in the hope that he recovers fully. But as I say, that's probably a discussion for further on. But let's make sure that they're obviously making sure he gets the immediate care right now. Horrible thing to see, and we don't want to see it. I have to say, I'm amazed at the bravery, and I want to commend both sets of players. I would imagine it's going to be along the lines of that's what Christian would have wanted, or would want. And I have to say, the bravery of both sets of players to actually go out there and play after that is to be applauded massively.
And huge respect to the fans as well. Both sets, both apparently stayed in the stadium, not knowing what's going to happen for the entire time, chanting and singing his name.
Fantastic. And I mean, it's got to to know you're that well loved, there's got to be a great thing as well, isn't it?
Mm.
I mean, obviously, I think every single person in football and around the world should just be saying, and I think everybody was, the secret prayer for that he would be okay. I've got to say, when they were administering CPR on the pitch, I was very worried.
Yeah, fearing the worst. And not myself, especially when they go from CPR, then bringing out all the machines and everything, and you'll think, oh, no.
Yes, yeah. And isn't it wonderful to have some, as awful as that was, it's wonderful to be able to bring some good news to football. That eventually he is okay, and that he was awake, and that he's lucid, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. Steve in the chat says he thought, originally it was postponed. It was cancelled, basically, all due respect. And apparently once the players from both teams got wind that he was okay, he was in hospital recovering and responding well, basically, that they both the game together had a chat with the powers that be and said, can we continue with the game then? Because obviously if it had been worse, so bad, obviously. So even the pundits and the BBC are like, they're surprised the players have come back, demanded the game to go ahead. I mean, they'll be straight down the hospital trying to get behind them. And sort of,
I mean, I think the very much the thinking of that is that Christian would want us to carry on playing.
Yeah.
And you have to say that's an amazing amount of moral fortitude. And I know we give players a lot of grief sometimes for their abilities and how they behave and everything else, and you can do nothing but give them the greatest of respect for carrying on. You really do. It's absolutely you've got to say what they're doing there is, wow. I don't know if I could do it, mate.
No.
That's pretty brave. So it's great to see.
Yeah, exactly. As I said, hats off, fair play to both sets of players, because we've seen in recent years, obviously going. I know it's different in the sense of medical wise, but we saw obviously with Bolton and Tottenham again back in 2012. The game was postponed; it was played at a later date. But again, mentally, that could have completely messed the players up to levels that it could never be recovered, sort of thing.
Yes, absolutely. And I've got to say that the idea that they're sort of able to go and do that is staggeringly. I'm not entirely sure whether it's right to carry on, but if that's what he would have wanted, then great. If that's what he wanted, fantastic. And to be honest, I hope it ends in nothing but a draw, because I don't think either side deserve.
I mean, due to the fact of the respect they both showed each other amongst all this, the draw is nothing more but just for the actual situation of what's happened.
Yes,
wouldn't be fair on anyone. Wouldn't be fair on anyone to lose this now.
Are they back live on BBC? Are they?
They are currently. Second half is underway. Yeah, they literally they played the last 4 or 5 minutes off the first half. Sorry, took a 5-minute water break and then went back again for the second half.
Wow. After all that time, that's you've got to say that to carry on doing that is kind of marvelous. It shows the fortitude sometimes of human beings, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just complete fun
and the determination as well, because they'll want to win that. There's no two ways about it that Denmark will want to go out and get a result there.
Oh dear. Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I suppose they're getting some Copenhagen as well. Oh no. Finland have scored.
Oh, good God.
And the guy literally got off to celebrating. He's obviously stopped now, but because it's in front. Considering it was in front of their own fans.
Yes.
Some of their fans started throwing stuff at him, as in little paper balls and things like that.
Yeah.
But the rest of them started calming down, saying, "No, come on, look, great score, but now we move on." Obviously, the fans.
Scored. score, shake hands or whatever, but you know, keep it sensible. Oh, that's brilliant.
Poor goalkeeping though. I think players again. This game should be played again. They want to resume it another day, because I think mentally the players of Denmark are going to be shook from what they witnessed. Because they're in the crossfire.
I think it's very, very brave of them. It's commendable. I'm not sure it's the right thing. I think abandoning the game and maybe giving them 1 point each might have been better.
Yeah.
You know, if it's one of them where all the logistics say we can't do this and we can't do that. And the move, if I think I'm seeing what I'm seeing now, the move for the start of the goal was done by Kamara. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's poor goalkeeping.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think going by what we've just seen defensively there, because they started off right, obviously playing wise, they didn't look like. But seeing that defensively, they are, because again we're saying now, literally they were there the front nine, making a shield, making sure there's no cameras in this, that, and the other, swooping in this, that, and the other UEFA cameras, doing what they were doing at the time. So they're seeing everything that they saw unfold. Mentally, that's gonna, even though it's okay as it stands, touch wood, it remains like that. Mentally, that's gonna absolutely mess with you, and to then play a game straight away, not even an hour after what happened.
I mean, Schmeichel doesn't make that mistake, does he? If his head's on right. Very unlike Schmeichel to make a blunder like that. Sorry, come on. It doesn't look right. It's not right, is it? Doesn't look right. I mean, you look at what Schmeichel's tried to do there. If his brain's not fogged and elsewhere, I mean, that's the simplest of saves. That's not even is it?
No.
I'm not sure it's the right thing to be playing it, to be fair.
No.
I think it should have just abandoned it and given them. And if you couldn't play it again, it's a point apiece.
Because literally it's out of everyone. Is an unnatural thing that's happened. Obviously, what's happened, no one expected it.
I mean, it's massively commendable.
Yeah,
massively commendable that they wanted to, but I can't see that it's a good thing. I can't see that it's going to. You know, one of two ways, isn't it? Your mind's either not in it, which it doesn't look like it is for Schmeichel, or your mind is, your mind's either not in it, or you play out your skin. And I think it's had the reverse.
Apparently, we've just had the national anthems from Russia and Belgium as well. It just switched over and. Apparently, bloody one set.
Yeah, I went on to ITV to get their hub on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
And they're not doing anything live.
Oh, for crying out loud.
What's the point of having it then? I've just downloaded your hub for no good reason. So it's like, well. So I'll be with you for the watch along, mate, and you'll just have to. I'll track it on the tracking system I have, but it'll have to be radio born. I think I'll track it on my tracking system, but I won't be able to watch it live.
Have you got? I'm trying to think now. What apps you have? You could get?
I've got my PlayStation. All my TV's fed through my PlayStation 4. You see? PlayStation 4.
Yeah, I was thinking if you have Sky Go, you can watch it off Sky Go as well.
Yeah,
because ITV's on there.
No, I don't have Sky. I'll just put it on every now and again. Is it on Sky itself, the match?
No, it's on ITV, but because there's a Sky Go app, Sky Go, there's all the channels as in ITV and this, that, and the other. You can watch it off that.
Okay.
If you've got an account or whatever, yeah.
Would it be on Now TV?
Possibly. It's the same company, basically. It should be.
Yeah.
Again, it's nice. Yeah, actually now TV is run by Sky, so technically it should be, yeah. Because you think all this, like now TV has Sky Sports and all that, so whatever their games on there.
Let's have a look now, see if it comes up. Sky Sports TV Guide, Euro Match Day. No, just to look ahead.
Try hisgold.com. Might be on there.
Hisgold.com.
Yeah, HES goal.com. Might be on there.
I'll try that. I'll try anything to get it on, mate.
Yeah.
Have a little look. Because ITV, they just put, oh, right, I've got Watch Live ITV Hub. Come up.
Okay.
Sorry, this content isn't available right now. Check out our shows section for more great programs. So you're just like, well, what's the point? You're not showing it. You know?
Oh, dear. Well, in the meantime, while I was sorting that out for you, we've got the game just kicked off. It's literally 15 seconds in. Belgium in their all red kit with like a bit of black in it across the front, and Russia in their whites with red and blue stripes.
What's it called again? He's
HES goal.com. Oh, now play. Oh, fucking on.
The only thing I was hoping for was maybe something on YouTube was streaming it live. He'sgoal.com, right? So look.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Belgium v Russia, Euro live, right? So
Yeah.
Click on it.
Might take a couple of minutes just to set itself up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I've got new retro NUFCs in the chat. Big up yourself. Hope you're okay, mate.
Hello, NUFC. How you doing?
Oh dear. You're knocking me out.
Huh. Well, clicked on it, but nothing seems to be happening.
Is it? One sec. Have a look.
Takes a minute or two, does it?
Sometimes it does, yeah. Depending on connection where you are. One sec, have a look. My end.
Yeah. There's if lags refresh from here, so I'll get the refresh and let's see.
Well, also, you could contact Sam because obviously Sam's watching it, isn't he? He lives in Norway, so if it's not working, let me drop him a message on Twitter.
Yep. Oh, is that his favourite thing then? Is it or something?
What's that?
Is that Sam's show? Is it or something?
Oh, I don't know. Literally, I don't know what streaming, what service he uses. So sometimes he uses this one, sometimes he uses something else.
Yeah. Oh well, not to worry. Not to worry.
I'll find out for you one sec. So we can send you a link. There you go. Hold on.
Belgium v Russia. Live streaming. I'll see if I can get it up on one of these. I'll just go through loads of them till I find one, mate.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody will stick it up because it's been shown on ITV. I'm sure it won't be blocked on YouTube. I wouldn't have thought.
Would ITV have it on their YouTube channel? They've got a YouTube channel. Maybe they're showing it on that. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe they might have it. They check. See if ITV have a YouTube channel. If so, they might be streaming it off that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll just run out of ideas now. Send you the link.
That's all right, mate. Don't worry.
Ooh.
Worst comes to the worst. I'll just be sharing it with you. I can get it on the radar. I've got I've got Torben Hazard on the ball at the moment, followed by Yuri Tielemans.
Steve's asking thoughts on Ericsson. We did touch on this at the end of the last stream, and obviously the more update we've had at the start of this stream. But yeah, thank God he has come back, and you know what I'm saying, and he's responding positively. But we've got to take it out by hour, haven't we? Obviously, because of what it is. Until we know, that's what they're running tests. Obviously, going to keep him in for a few days now. So probably there's no way we won't see him again play a game of football full stop, because like people have said, like we look back to Fabrice Muamba when he collapsed on the pitch and had a heart attack and all that went off back in 2012. And not only literally there's no way he could because of his body is just telling him he can't.
Yeah.
But I say now. Also, as people are also saying, the insurance companies won't cover these players playing now.
No chance.
Sam sent you a link on Twitter, by the way. See if that works.
Okay, let's have a look.
I just got a notification on my phone saying you sent you a link. And also, Steve's going for a 2-0 Belgium win. I think it's going to be more. I think Belgium will win this 3-0 because of the players.
I think Belgium will win it.
I think they win it. As I said, a comfortable 3-0. They get the first goal. Look at the players after this: Carrasco, Lukaku, De Bruyne, Courtois in goal, just across the entire pitch. I mean, obviously the one downfall of Belgium is now they've got a very aging back four.
Yeah.
And Russ is joining us. I hope you're big up yourself, Russ. Hope you're keeping well, and obviously you're okay because obviously what happened earlier and all that with what's happening with Christian. And it's normally in one country or two. Yeah, that's what we were saying this. I think it was earlier the Wales game, the Watchalong we did. We mentioned that it's a bit bizarre that obviously that usually it's like you have one host nation or co-host where it's two. That's it. Whereas this for some reason it's like 5 or 6 different locations.
I'll give this one go, Ryan. I'll be back in 5.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, it's a bit bizarre, but I think it's about some anniversary thing. That the idea was obviously last year would have been the anniversary of the Euros being formed, all that jazz. Oh. But yeah, Russ, how are you doing anyway? And just including the Ericsson situation that we saw earlier. Oh dear. Vaughn, I bet you didn't think you would be reporting on major news stories live on your channel. The first of the demise of Super League. Now the great news of Ericsson's survival. So far, touch wood. Don't want to jinx nothing. Yeah, no, it's just. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm still a bit shook by it because it happened. It's like he's gone down. There's no one around him. He's fallen to the pitch and he started obviously. There's like body shaking. No, right, until one comes back. I hope you can hear me. Turned it back. I don't know what keeps turning itself off. It's really pissing me off now. Let's go over to that quickly. Go, run quick over. Come on. Let's have a look. There we go. Penalty. Højbjerg's taking it as well for Denmark. I'll switch back over to the Denmark game. I go back and forth at the moment. Yeah, Højbjerg's taking it for Denmark. I didn't see the incident, but yeah, I just switched it over, and that's what's happened. Okay, cool. At least Ericsson is improving. Yeah, that's the main thing. Again, touch wood, don't want to jinx it. Here we go. Oh, that's Højbjerg, mate. He's literally this game should never have gone ahead. This was never gone ahead until like further date or something, because the Danish players are all over the place. They're not in the right frame of mind at all. Right, Ryan. Denmark Højbjerg just missed a penalty for Denmark.
Has he?
Damn
it! Oh my good God! Yeah, don't want to be streaming that.
No. It's going to be a good watch us at Hampden. Waited 22 Steve's from Scotland. So yeah, we were saying literally earlier. I don't know if you were in the chat earlier for the Wales watch along, first watch on of the day. We were saying that in terms of Scotland, how do they approach this? And I think that said it that you could, with nothing to lose, you could do what Wales did back in 2016, in the sense of nothing to lose, go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And Lukaku has just scored for Belgium, 1-0.
Wow.
There we go.
He's my big bet to finish top scorer in the competition. To be honest,
I mean, he was offside when the ball was played by the looks of it, but the Russian defender touched the ball. He went between his legs, got stuck between his legs and gone through, and Lukaku just touched it and gone bang. But he was offside in the initial pass to him, but obviously the defender touched it out. The defender touches it and makes it null and void, basically.
Was the intended ball into him?
Yeah.
No, it's still offside then. It's intended ball.
Are they going to go rule it out, are they still? Okay.
No, if the intended pass is there.
Well, he was only one. No, it's counted. But literally, he was the only one in their forward line. There's no one else.
It stand.
Yeah.
Wow.
But VAR checked it. Again, I'm watching another stream and it's saying VAR's checked it. And the goal stands. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
Steve also
gave me doesn't seem to be too clever.
So yeah, as I was saying about Scotland, nothing to lose, and they're going to enjoy yourselves. And I do think if England don't get off to a winning start tomorrow against Croatia, that come next Friday, Scotland will want to do the ultimate and make sure and put even more pressure on Southgate in England and put that nail in the coffin that could potentially kick us out of the competition.
Yeah.
And you know what? Under Southgate, even if we do get a result tonight, under Southgate, I don't believe we'll fucking get a result next Friday anyway, because Southgate's an absolute clueless Burke.
You're not counting it in, are you?
Hmm. Steve in the chat saying, Ryan, thanks for sticking with the story. I know it was hard to watch. For anyone, it would have been hard to watch, and obviously, but I just wanted to end the stream on some good news. And some person that messaged me privately, basically, when he ended his stream, he went on Twitter, and someone that basically comes on this channel, by the way, in the chat, comes up every now and then, was having a kickoff that people that channels are still live and all that.
The whole idea of being live is so we can bring people any breaking news that may come from it. Because at the end of the day, what would you rather have? Would you rather see that, have the TV totally switched off and they leave you in the dark as to the condition of the player? Or would you rather know? Me personally, I think I'd rather know. But each their own.
And again, stuff by another. We just wanted to at least end the stream, our respective streams, on some sort of positive news on the Ericsson situation.
Exactly that.
Have you eaten today? Did you eat your dinner? Did you order dinner or anything in the end?
Mate, I'm munching my way through some poppadoms at the moment.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Poppadoms and mango chutney.
And again, that said person that complained on Twitter, put a tweet out complaining, is now in the person that contacted me. I was messaging during what was going on in the last stream. Go, oh, big up so and so. Massive respect for you for ending it when it all happened. No, he stayed on for a little bit, and then obviously once they cut the feed on BBC, that's when he went, okay,
yeah,
that's it. But obviously we held on for an extra 5 or 10 minutes, and we got a bit of good news. So he ended on. That's the whole point.
Yeah, you're not on there because you're ghouls, mate. We're not on there because we're ghouls. We're on here because we want to bring informed debate and informed chat. And sometimes when things like that happen, you know.
Oh, Steve knows all one about them because he's just seen I saw that tweet and complete rubbish. You did it right. Yeah. No, exactly. No, I made a point of it whilst live. I turned off monetization, so I don't make a single penny of it off that stream now. And I don't want to, obviously, but in them circumstances. But I've made a point. So anyone comes at me and going, well, you made it. You're doing it for clout. You're doing it for money. Well, hang on. No. And here's the proof. So fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't like it, know where to stick it. Can't be asked if it's fucking bullshit.
That's humans for you. They can be like that.
But yeah, obviously, Sam was initially going to come on tonight, but obviously with everything that's happened, he's not feeling the right frame of mind to be on the stream and all that. But he will be on here tomorrow, guys, with myself, Warren, and a couple of others as well. Yeah, they can understand that. This is what I mean. Before going ahead and saying that we're going to do this in the end, I did reach out to Warren and Sam and say, "Are you okay? And how do you feel about doing a stream for the Belgium game? Because obviously with the good news and all that, this, that, and the other." And he said he watched the game, obviously, but yeah, he didn't feel right in his own head.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to come across like I'm forcing anyone to do anything they don't want to do. It's like you ask the person, they ask them. Because to be honest, I'm not completely completely like, you know what I'm saying. Like, but it helps watching doing this and talking to yourself and watching at the same time. It helps take the mind off what we did witness before. Otherwise, I'm just here watching it alone and all going round in your head, like just constantly on your phone and all that. Whereas now I'm just like, you know what, I'm preoccupied.
People deal with shocking events in different ways, mate.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean, having been in a war situation, I tend to be fairly, you hope everything's okay, and you see things like that. And with some people, I don't say that it affects them differently or in a different way. What am I trying to say here? Each person deals with grief and is able to process it in a different way. Sometimes it takes not being about. Sometimes the best thing to do is get right out there.
Yeah.
But neither way, there's no set formula for dealing with seeing something like that.
No,
there really isn't. But each person deals with it in their own different way. Simple as that. And I think you did absolutely the right thing by keeping the stream on so that we could inform people. It was quite good that I was able to get hold of somebody, because the referees thing is a very loose thing, but when something like that happens, the amount of information you can actually get hold of in a short space of time is quite amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Oh dear. Going back to this game quickly, obviously Belgium have gone 1-0 up and all that, but you know what? Russia have come back with a bit of a bite, basically. They're not sort of going, okay, no, oh, that's it, sort of giving up. Did the link work, by the way? That Sam sent you?
No.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, I think it's because it's on the PlayStation now. I'm watching it on a radar thing, mate.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Look, I'll say that, mate. United. Belgium on the attack. Lukaku. Oh, got a toe in there just in time, and then who was that? Fucking just guided it over the fucking crossbar. Jesus.
He could well end up top scorer in the end.
No, Lukaku. Yeah, definitely. Especially again, not I was saying before. Look at the players you've got around in that Belgian team: Carrasco, De Bruyne, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, just to name a few. Dries Mertens.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, I wouldn't mind literally going back to what we were saying before. There was someone else that was doing a watch along that was still doing. I don't know if he's still live on that same stream. I'll check now. One sec. But it was literally still live 20 minutes after we finished, just sitting there waiting.
Yep.
Let's have a look. Not giving names well because I don't like throwing people under the say yeah. Nope. Looks like he's ended it. One sec. Yeah, he ended it. He's now doing a stream for this one now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the guy was getting absolute abuse in the chat, and his dislike ratio is going through the roof as well because people were having a bit dig.
God, really?
So, is that ridiculous?
It is ridiculous. That's just stupid people being absolutely idiotic. You want to know what's happened to the poor guy. You know, a mark of respect, do this, do that. Oh, shut up. You know, everybody wants to know that he's okay.
I think that's the thing. Some people are a tad oversensitive nowadays.
Yeah, they go in the stream, right? So you end the stream, and what's the first thing they'll do? They'll turn on Sky Sports.
Yeah.
To find out what's going on. Like, can't have you as an original source.
But actual
even though you demonetize your own stream, can't have you as an original source. But the money I pay for Sky, I'm entitled to get the news from them. Please have a little think before you kick off on things like that. You know what I mean? I'm not being funny, mate, but it does sound awfully. What's the word for it? You know, when you turn around and say it's one thing, and you know, you say one. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for here? But you know what I mean. You know, you don't want to get any information off of that stream, but you quite happily go on Sky that you paid for, who are still making money, off here.
Yeah. YouTube channels we're subscribed to still live, trying to give us something positive to look out for.
Yeah.
No. Look at there, nothing of it. No, what you're doing. Mainstream media, why not? Yeah,
and then they go and turn Sky Sports on.
Yeah.
Who are making money off you while they're streaming it, but that's okay. You know.
An idiot.
That's the word I'm looking for. Hypocrisy of a high level. You know, you shouldn't be doing that, but it's okay if Sky do it because I'm paying their money. Idiots. They're still making money off it. You know, so, you know, I would have thought, and I applaud you and anybody else who stayed online at the time, because we needed to get either the news, and then if it was awful, to be able to do something maybe along the lines of Christian's life and stuff that he did, you know, and celebrate that. Or to be able to bring good news, and thankfully it was great news.
Exactly, that's the main. That was the main thing for above any and everything else. That was the main thing. Nothing else.
Yeah, just try and get something. Get some nice, you know, some nice news would be lovely, wouldn't it? You know, we've had enough. Had enough bad news today with this and the cricket.
Yeah. What happened in the end with that? Because I know New Zealand were ahead, didn't they?
New Zealand were, absolutely right. Still, cancel culture crap does my head in as well. England collapsed to 70 for 7. So I think they were about 35 ahead, 35-40 ahead. Mark Wood basically scored 29. I think he was top scorer with 29. Mark Wood going in at number 10. And England were 35, 36, 37 ahead. Broad was out for 1. I'm looking at it now. England were 121 for 9, 37 ahead. Last ball of the day, survived it. England leading by 37 runs with 1 wicket left. So, and to be fair, that's against New Zealand's second string 11.
Yeah.
No Southgate, no Jameson. You know, as far as English cricket goes, I think that's absolutely spot on. And what I do want to say is, while we're on the subject of cricket, I know Belgium Russia's going on, but Steve come up, you know, with this cancel culture thing and said how he hates it, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, you've got a guy, okay, when he was 18 years of age, he said something stupid. But you've now got a guy who can no longer play for England, has been sacked by his county for something stupid he said 10 years ago. Now, okay, you can say what he did was wrong and out of order, and yes, it was. But are we going to cancel and we're going to throw everybody out of work and out of a job and out of a living because of something stupid they said 10 years ago? I'm not being funny, mate, but there wouldn't be too many people left in a job. If on social media or on their own platforms or whatever, they said something idiotic, or, you know, one night they're getting drunk and they text something awful about women or something like that, you know. You've got people out there who said far, far worse. You're going to cancel all of them?
I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, Steve in the chat. Steve in the chat. I mean, obviously, you know what the tweet I'm referring to, so you know who I'm on about. Who's literally 24/7 on every single live stream you can find. That person is there, no matter what. So it's just like the irony behind her comment as well. It pisses me off. Look, it's like you said, if something happened like what was it you said 10 years ago.
Yep. Now the lad's not playing for England, and they could have done with him out there today, the other day. You know.
Oh no.
Perfect conditions for him. So if you're going to do that with every single player, people are never going to want to go out and entertain, are they? Because if it ends up, I've had enough of this woke warrior bullshit. You know, they didn't pull him up over the coals about his tweets 10 years ago. They didn't pull him up over him 5 years ago.
No,
they didn't pull him up over him before he got picked for England. They waited until he was, and then they trawled through every single tweet he'd ever done, looking for the slightest thing that he'd done wrong. Some 18-year-old kid who's never got out from behind his computer.
Oh no! Don't get me started on them idiots. But I was going to say, literally, for example, look at last summer. The events that happened last summer led to certain shows. What was it? Little Britain getting taken off every streaming service, never to be shown again because of certain characters, this, that, and the other. Only certain episodes of 40 Towers initially taken off, and then walked back on, but had to give a warning. I mean, I watched this. There's literally Disney Plus. It's cartoon films, back in the 80s, 90s, or whatever. They're having to give warnings out that obviously certain things that will be said don't represent what Disney stand for now. I mean, seriously. Just in the fear that someone will come along and go, they condone it. How dare they? Cancel them.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Boycott them. Boycott Disney.
You know, did they not understand that, you know, things like 40 Towers? Did they not understand that they were actually taking the mickey out of these people? You know, did they not? You know, and Steve's right, with times change and cancel culture might be unacceptable. But you're talking about people's lives here, man. You know, people's livings and everything else. And when you get a mob of, I don't know if they're even real people. I think they might well be bloody employed by Twitter, and there might be 500 of them out there with about 100, 200 different identities each, you know, and they all just pile on this, whichever poor bloke happens to be the flavour of the month. But the one thing that does happen with this sort of culture is eventually they start eating their own, you know, and somebody who says something has then got to be jolly careful what they do say from there on in, because the moment they do, they'll all turn and eat him. You know, if you... If you see a weak shark in the pool, the other sharks will eat it. As simple as that. I've got no time for these people at all.
Well, what was it? I'm trying to think now. Plays Watford now. Was it Andre Gray? The time he played for Burnley, and someone pulled up a tweet like 6-7 years prior to that, when he was literally, as you said, at that time he was an 18, 19-year-old lad coming through. And he had to come out and say, I was a naive idiot basically back then. But I don't think them thoughts are.
What 18 or 19-year-old lad didn't say something stupid? Tell me an 18-year or 19-year-old lad who's had a few lagers who hasn't said something stupid.
Exactly.
It's not one in the world, I don't think.
Oh dear.
And these people, and there's the other thing with this, Ryan, and I think Steve will agree as well, because he seems to hate as much as I do. It's never enough. These people could go down on bended knee and grovel and apologise. That's not what they want. They don't want an apology. They don't want you to go, I'm very, very sorry, please forgive me. They want you to do that, but that's minimum that you're paying. They want you to suffer 100%. Whether it be loss of work, loss of earnings, loss of your girlfriend, loss of your home, loss of your business, whatever. These people, nothing is ever enough for them, right? Nothing's ever enough. You know, if Robertson came out and said, look, I made a tweet, 10 years ago when I was a stupid 18-year-old, very sorry. Do you think that would be the end of it? Of course it wouldn't.
I mean, it's full time. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's full time in Copenhagen, by the way. Finland win 1-0. Just to update people on the score there, how that ended in the end. But Pete's in the chat. Big up, Pete. As long as he's going to behave himself. Can I just say, I think it's disgusting that they played on in the Denmark match, despite being 2 hours later since the incident was off. We were confused as well. We've said it sort of gone on. They sort of waited a few days, let things settle, and find out what exactly triggered what happened, let the players their minds, because you could tell that certain players literally completely switched off.
Let me say this, Pete. I can understand why they've done it. I can understand that Christian might have wanted the game to go ahead. They might have even, for all we know, have spoken to a doctor and Christian said, well, tell the lads good luck and play on. It could be anything like that. But personally, I don't think your head's in the game. I thought by the Schmeichel mistake, it was quite obvious that he wasn't, because he was very close to Ericsson and was over on the touchline with his lady, consoling her. And I think if you couldn't rearrange the game because it would have been difficult, I don't think that would have been a problem. I think you just abandon the game and it's 1 point each. And then you move on to the next set of fixtures. And then what you've got is 3 or 4 days for the situation then to resolve itself. Thankfully, Christian is, we understand he's on his, he's nice and stable. And I think ultimately it was done for the right reasons, but it was the wrong decision. There we go. That's my thought.
Yeah, we've got a ninja in the chat as well. In the previous comment, Steve also says, "I admit that I probably did things in the 80s that won't fly now, but so has everyone. I have evolved as a person, and my views on many things has changed. It's just exactly people do evolve.
Absolutely.
People do change every X amount of years. Your maturity and your behaviour and your way you see things in life does change.
Yes." I mean, if you're gonna, be going down this road, sorry, Ryan, if you're gonna be going down this road, fellas, telling out there, go after people on social media who get kids to take beta blockers because they're telling children it's okay that you can be a woman, when it's quite clear that you can't, and damaging. They've stopped it now, but for about 2 or 3 years, say for instance the Tavistock Clinic. And I'll name them. They were giving you're talking about kids who were given beta blockers that are going to change them for the rest of their lives. There's something you can't undo because they were 6, 7 years of age. Now, I'm not being funny. That's exactly what a certain doctor used to do all over the years, when the Nazis were in party and used to give children drugs to it's nothing short of what Joseph Mengele used to do. You can't experiment on children like that. It's absolutely monstrous. But you don't see these idiots going after them. And, the world's gone to hell in a handcart at the moment.
Yeah,
2-0 Belgium.
Yeah,
Pete, you're right. It probably was the organisers putting pressure, though.
Yeah, I think it was. Because you think about the wording that was used by, the players wanted it. It's like, really? And you could tell certain players in Denmark, especially Denmark, switched off. They weren't really there with it.
No, and Schmeichel was one of them, and that's cost them the game. And I think it may well have been the players, may well have been the organisers, or a collection of both. It may even have been a Christian's own thoughts himself. But ultimately, bad idea. Scrap the game, 1 point each. See Christian's all right. Give it 3 or 4 days. Let everybody get back to normal.
Yeah.
Or not back to normal, but you know what I mean. So you have time for the emotional side of it to simmer down a bit.
Yeah, exactly. And what's it? Steve in the chat says this game. Talking about going back to this game himself. He's talking about obviously Belgium here. He says the game is getting spicy. Ice packs and bandages and tackles, even players in the heat. Literally, one player I just see literally 2 minutes ago, fucking full on bandage round his head, all right, literally got a bit of hair poking out the top.
Yeah.
One player, Belgium, they went up with ice back on his cheek.
I've got to say that I think Steve would be. I mean, I'm very amazed that Russ isn't on. Actually, I'm amazed Russ isn't on. Going. Where's the penalties? You know what I mean?
Give him time.
There's been a few good penalty shouts that you go, "There's a nailed-on pen." How did that not happen? Already in the tournament.
Yeah, he's probably saving that for tomorrow.
But I've got to say I'm fearful for tomorrow. If we get away out of tomorrow with a draw, if we get a draw tomorrow, I'll be pleased with that. If we win, fantastic. And I want, how can I put this? I want England to do well. I desperately want England to do well, but they got a lucky draw in the last World Cup.
Yeah,
we got further. We got through. We had a bit of luck, and then we lost to Croatia. And now, this tournament, I think there'll be no hiding place.
Nope. I hope not. Anyway.
You're not going to get to play. I don't know, San Carlos or San Bernardino or wherever the hell it was we played when we beat them in the World Cup group stage. You know, we had a nice, easy group. We had a fairly easy group, to say the least. And then we got the luck of the draw going through. The other half of the draw was far tougher. And I think there were 2 or 3 sides in that half of the draw that would have knocked us out well before the semi-final. You know, France, I think even Argentina would have beaten us. And I honestly think that our chickens might come home to roost. If we make it to the quarterfinals, we'll have done okay. Compared with what we've got now.
Yeah.
All I've got to compare it on is how we got on the last World Cup, and then you look at the last Euros we played at home. Now, I don't care what anybody says, there's a massive advantage of being at home, of playing in familiar surroundings and having a big crowd of your own supporters behind you. Southgate's managed to shoot that in the foot, because now half the supporters are backing him and half the supporters are unbelievably pissed off with him. So alienating your own supporters, as much as that might be your stance, Southgate, shut up and play football. You know, because to alienate half your supporters when you can have 100% of them behind you, and you're already treading on thin ice, my pedigree chum. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there who don't think you're the right man for the job. Why would you want to piss any more people off? And you look at the last time we had the Euros at home, and we got to the semi-final, and we lost to Germany by a whisker, and they were a good side. And you look at the teams that we beat when we got through that. So then you look at the England side that they had then, with your Pearce and your Adams and your David Seaman and your Shearer and your Sheringham and your Ince and your McManaman, and you go, is the England side we've got now any better than that side that got through, that almost made it through to the final? And I think in goal you can absolutely say no. Seaman by far and away the better of the keepers. Fullbacks, Gary Neville, probably Des Walker's a better fullback. Tony Adams, I'd say, is easily better than any of the 2 centre-backs England have got at the moment. And you would say, I'm trying to think who the other centre-back was alongside him. You know, I would say the old England team of that tournament was probably man for man better than the England side have got now. So, you know, you look at that and you go, I can't see us getting any further than the quarterfinals. And the manager we had back then is certainly better than the one we've got now.
Oh, yeah, just a touch,
So if we make it to the quarterfinals, as far as I'm concerned, that's a bonus. I know everybody's saying, well, we should do, you know, we got to the semi-final of the World Cup. We should be winning this tournament because we're the home nation and this is that and the other, and we should have everything going for us. We haven't. We've got a poor manager and we've got some wonderful attacking players, but we've got a very, very average defence. I wouldn't include Rice in that, by the way. I think Rice is a super player, but the centre-back pairing doesn't fill me with... you know. Who'll be playing at left back? Chilwell, good. Yeah, like Chilwell. 2 centre backs and a right back. Not sure. Then you've got maybe Henderson alongside Rice. And you know that instead of playing your Foden, Grealish, and Mount, he's probably going to play Rashford and Sterling.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell.
Don't worry.
Yeah, Russell all over the place now. Belgium this could be a cricket score. Belgium
are too strong. Who got the second one for Belgium?
Well, the guy that came as the sub, Manua, or however you pronounce his name.
Quality name.
Yeah.
Obviously, hot shit.
Yeah. If I've pronounced it wrong, I do apologise to any Belgian fans watching. Yeah,
by the way, Belgian fans, if you are watching, Russ, Ryan thinks your forward who just scored is a pile of dog shit. I hope you're going to apologise, Ryan, and he's not going to come back to bite you in 10 years' time, mate.
Damn it!
Some woman pops up on your stream going, 10 years ago, you called one of the Belgian players a pile of manure. Let's have him cancelled.
Oh, dear.
You can see it, can't you? You can see it. Some snowflake coming out and giving it loads of that.
Look at this person said on a live stream 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. How dare he say
all
that?
These idiots. Did you see the Hartlepool monkey thing?
Yeah.
Did you see the Hartlepool monkey thing? I mean, what is wrong with people? Tell you what, people who don't know the story, go and bloody educate yourself. You know, it's like, why should they put a plaque up because you're too stupid to read a book?
Exactly. It's an amazing thing. I know there's technology and all that, but it's an amazing thing called reading words off paper.
Yes. Yeah, and just on another aside, there, if you cancel history, then nobody learns about that sort of thing.
Yeah, it was like that. What's that? That statue that got pulled down last summer in Bristol. They wanted us to pull it down and get rid of it. It was like, what? No, hang on. As you say, educate people, learn the history, teach people what he did wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Don't
glorify, but just teach them what he did wrong and why.
You're not glorifying it, but what happened was. What are you going to do? Are you going to pull the university down? His money built that university. Are you going to pull it down brick by brick?
What's next? Let's cancel the monarchy then. All their mindset and all that.
That's underway, isn't it? That's underway. Good old Meghan.
Yeah, let's speed it up a bit.
Yeah, good old Meghan and Harry. They're doing their best, aren't they? Even the Americans are sick of them now.
Oh dear. That's the thing. The Americans don't even have a royal family. The royal family they actually do have is they have to actually work.
Yeah.
And earn a living off their own back. Not live off the state.
See, it was like that thing with the racism with Princess Anne.
Yeah.
Or what they said was Princess Anne. It wasn't. She called Meghan Markle culturally ignorant, which she is. She didn't know any of the stuff that the royal, and Princess Anne pointed out, hang on a minute, how can I be a racist? I go to Africa every year for the last 35 years and help feed the children of Africa. It's like, okay. And she didn't understand some of the indigenous populations and what they want to do and how they like to do it. She made so many faux pas when she was in the royal family that they wouldn't let her go to half the countries because she put a bloody foot in it because she was that. And Princess Anne was right when she just turned around and called it culturally ignorant.
Meghan just thought. I don't agree with obviously Piers Morgan going out of this, that, and the other. All because he went on one date and never came back because obviously Prince Harry's a better offer. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, and he has kick off. I don't agree with all him doing that. It's just leave it alone, let it be, because you're coming across an absolute nutcase basically. But in terms of Meghan itself, it's like I think she just went with the mindset of, it'll be like the fairy tales. I'll become a princess and I won't have to do a single thing.
Well, it was when she turned around and said, I mean, just before you're going to get engaged, you turn around and you say, "I'm here to save the royal family." I mean, that's very big of you, Megan. Thank you very much. I don't know how we survive without you.
And also, who says we wanted it saved in the first place?
Yeah,
you're assuming.
Yeah, thank you.
The culture is assuming our mindset. How dare you cancel?
You know, we'll get down on our knees. The saint saviour.
but also with Megan, it's like, I'm trying to think the word now about coming across a bit of a dickhead, basically. But it's just, she wonders why. That's it. She wonders why, with all that going on, what she said and all that. She wonders why then, when she got engaged to Harry and was told just before they got married, oh, by the way, if you have any kids, they won't hold a title. I wonder why. Nothing to do with you pissing them off and saying the wrong things at the wrong time.
Well, she's not entitled to one. You know, her children are not entitled to a royal title. Well, that didn't stop her coming out and screaming racism. Well, hang on a minute. You weren't entitled to a royal title. Your children are not entitled to one. They're not a direct descendant to the throne. End of.
So, the only way they become obviously entitled and direct descendant to the throne is if obviously the Queenie, Charlie Boy, and then Harry's brother
Andrew.
William and Andrew pop their cocks.
Yeah, it's just absolutely crazy, and you know, you didn't see the level of misunderstanding, or either willful misunderstanding, or that woman has perpetuated. Is just remarkable. A sense of entitlement, it just about matches her sense of stupidity for me. And I tell you what lost the final bit of goodwill that she had, mate, when Philip was, and it was known that Philip was not going to survive much longer. You know, to come out and do that interview on Oprah, what did you expect? Did you expect everybody to go, "Oh, poor Meghan"?
Oh, exactly. Literally, even people I know, we're all saying, don't. Obviously, what was going on, don't show it. Delay it. Talk to the powers at the CBS and all that, whoever's fucking running it. Tell them, look, we'll cover it until the meantime, until we obviously can, if we feel it's appropriate to, but just don't show it until it's like dust is settled and obviously we know what's going on and this, that, and the other.
Some humans can be very stupid. I just hate this. I'll tell you what for me what it is, and Steve was on about this with the cancel culture and everything else.
Yeah.
Don't blame everybody else for your bad choices. I've made bad choices sometimes, and you have to live with that. But don't go blaming the rest of the world for your bad choices. You can choose to do better. You can choose to do almost anything you want. And it sometimes requires a lot of discipline to do that. But then again, it is your life to shape, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not. It just tends to be not too clever. I think if you go down that road, you know, you're asking for trouble, aren't you?
Yeah, just literally a minute to go. By the way, we need like third minute now of injury time out of 4. I don't know where the 4 minutes to come from, but we've got 4 minutes. So yeah, 2-0. It could be comfortable. This is a win for Belgium now all day long. Russia have posed no threats whatsoever.
Doesn't look too clever, does it? Doesn't look too clever for Russia, I've got to say. But then again, I don't think it did anyway, did it?
Well, it's Belgium. You expect again, all the negatives we put on Belgium, obviously being the golden generation, but never getting over the line, getting to a final or nothing like that. In the last 3-4 tournaments now, with this squad of players, they should be still beating these sort of teams, and they are going to do that in the group stage. They will walk it this way. I think the next World Cup will be the last World Cup we see most of these players in, and then it'll be a disbandment, a reboot basically for the next Euros and all that. And that's when they're going to see what they're made of, the youngsters coming through. Yeah,
I mean, Russia really need to tear up the book and start again. I mean, they're always on a hide into nothing with this Belgium side. I mean, they've got some.
Yeah, and also I think the expectations of Russia are a bit too high this time, because obviously they did so well in the World Cup that they hosted a couple of years back now. but they were never going to reach them heights. I mean, the reason they reached the heights they did in the World in 2018 was because they were hosting it, had the whole country behind them. They wanted to stick it to everyone else and prove everyone wrong.
Yeah. I'm going to talking of wrong. I'm now going to save Ryan's arse. I'm going to save Ryan's arse here. I would just like to say a deep apology, Mr. Meunier. I think you scored a wonderful goal, and I don't share Ryan's views on your playing ability.
You watch the comments in the stream, comments box after your stream from I'm a diehard from Belgium. Like, how dare you? Oh dear! Cancel
him. Cancel him. He called our centre forward dog shit.
Oh. Good, amazing.
Publicly disassociate myself from Ryan's comments when all the cancel culture mob comes
Oh dear. Oh mate, I thought. Well, as people know, I've had a taste of people trying to cancel me already this year, so they can come. Back. Was
it some off her rocker woman, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Ironically, again, pops in every now and then, going, "Hi."
Oh, hi. I'm sorry. I'll try to cancel you. We can be mates.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I accused you of this and that and the other when I was completely wrong and I knew I was wrong all along. And try to turn everyone against you in the community and get you cancelled and pulled off and had your channel removed. I'm so sorry, but hi. Fuck off.
Yeah. It's kind of like LeBron James after he went after that cop. He saved that black girl's life, you know what I mean? Oh, I think it's a different conversation we should be having. Really? You absolute plonker. Yeah, I think anybody... There are what I call POTs out there, mate. They're professional offence takers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just dying for something to take offence to. I mean, God knows what would happen if they actually had to take part in a war or something, you know.
God forbid, yeah, Jesus Christ.
Could you imagine them on the front line? Jesus Christ, we'd lose in 5 minutes. Oh, the nasty man over there just fired a bullet at me. I'm hiding under the bed until he goes away. Yeah. By the way, I'm typing this on Twitter from under my bed. You imagine some of these idiots actually being in somewhere like communist China, or you know what I mean? There was a brilliant one the other day. I don't know whether you saw it. There was a load of gay blokes protesting with Palestinian flags.
Yes, I know that.
Superb. Absolutely superb. It's like, try going there and see what happens if you're gay, mate. Taib, absolutely, mate, and 100%. It's wonderful that he is. I don't think it was. Pete was in the chat earlier. He made a good point. I don't think it was a very good idea to go ahead with the game. I think they should just have scrapped it and taken a point each, and then obviously let events take their course and find out what you were going to find out. And then now that Ericsson is recovering in hospital, he's being monitored and he's getting the best of care. Hopefully, with a bit of luck, they can then pop and see him, make sure he's okay, see him sitting up in bed and making a recovery. And then get on with the job that they were supposed to do. That I think that would be the best thing for Ericsson's recovering mental health, because at the time that it happened, mate, you could only see one winner. Denmark was swamping them at the time, but nobody wants to see that on a football pitch. And hopefully, with a bit of luck, you know, if you're gonna do anything. At the start of a game, how about you wear an armband for Get Well Christian or something? You know what I mean? That'd be a lot better than some of the stupidity that goes on. You know, it's I would imagine, because he's not just got teammates in the Denmark squad, he's got teammates that he's played with at Inter and at Spurs, and you know, and at Ajax, and you know, it's more than just them that you're looking at.
I know exactly. 1 second. Bin. Oh dear. But yeah. I have a comment in the chat on that. The views I have shared are not in any way what I really think, and anything I say in future or have said in the past, I have no That's the thing, Steve. Every live stream we do from now on, just take an oath at the start of every stream.
Yeah, take an oath. I would just like to say that Steve's views are nothing to do with me, and Ryan disassociates himself from them as well. And they're obviously there's something wrong in Canada, although I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Canadians, but just the people that are in it.
Now, poking a bear.
That's all right. I've got all the woke brigade on my side. That's absolutely fine.
For now.
Yes. Until you say something wrong, it wouldn't take them long to go back through my going on a podcast with you, Ryan, to find something for them to complain about, mate. I think you're right, mate. I think Lukaku is a bit of a beast, and I think Lukaku is now, because Belgium play very much the same way that Inter play. I think it's set up for Lukaku possibly to become the top scorer, because they play very much the same way that Inter play. So it's perfect for him. He doesn't really have to change his game a lot, that we were talking about before. And you look at the teams in that group, and you can't see Belgium not winning that group. You really can't.
Oh, Belgium's actually walking maximum points. Fucking need double-figure goals nearly to play their cards right. Oh dear.
No more maple syrup for the UK. Don't do that, mate. What am I going to do with my pancakes and whipped cream? I do feel sorry for you out there, actually, Steve, because if there's anything, there's nothing more woke than the Canadians at the moment, and they're very, how can I put it, very PC indeed. But you do have one great bloke over there, or did have one great bloke over there. He's been forced to move, obviously. Dr. Jordan Peterson, what a Canadian he is. Very, very clever, very smart guy. Okay, if we're not getting any maple syrup, mate, yeah, so be it.
Oh dear.
We won't be sending you any more lumberjack shirts. Edinburgh Woolen Mill is closed to you now, so you're not going to get any more cloth caps or check shirts. Cutting down trees.
Oh dear. No more British beef.
Oh, they've got enough cows in Canada. Talking of cows, how often does your favourite lady come on the channel since she tried to drop you in the mire?
So I think now. It was on that. Well, she saw the other day. Was it yesterday? Yesterday? What day are we on today? We're on Saturday, aren't we? And so it popped up last night. The night before, during the quiz, she pops up. It pops up every now and then.
Blimey.
Literally, more recent since obviously what happened with Claude and obviously the passing of him. Literally, that's when she that person that's reappeared and not. Oh, whatever, cool, yeah.
She come in to say hello or keep an eye on you?
probably do that actually. But again, I've done that. I do fuck all wrong. They come at me again. You try to cancel me once, I fucking won. I do it again, and I fucking win again. The thing is, I know certain people go and report back now, so that's going to be interesting. So, look what he said. Send a screen fucking recording over. Oh, well. I survived. I survived once. I survived again.
That's actually not true, Ty. Ryan even lets people in when they try cancelling. Ryan's quite soft. 1,000 cows within 2 miles of my house.
Oh,
Jesus,
dear.
mate. When you say house, do you actually mean abattoir? Tell me you're not living in an abattoir, Steve. Tell me you haven't got one of those leather aprons on.
Oh, oh dear.
1,000 cows within 2 miles of my house. Jesus, mate. Oh, you must walk around with a peg on your nose.
He will be soon, yeah. He will.
Can you imagine all that cow dung? Oh.
Yeah, fucking hell, my days.
Steve, big ups to you, mate, because that's brave.
Yeah, ITV. You know what ITV have got? Obviously, the games in the UK here on ITV. Pundits have actually competed in competitions. You wouldn't have thought ITV would be the only one at doing it. People who don't want to be doing it, they go for the bit mucky riches and all that of this world. Whereas ITV have gone for World Cup play, or almost World Cup play, but he walked home in 2002. But Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, World Cup winner, Euro 2000 winner. Ian Wright.
BBC got Jermaine Genius.
Yeah, Jermaine Genius, Robbie Savage.
Unbelievable. Thank you very much, Toy. Not sure I like being sort of Ken Dodd.
Yeah. Oh dear, he could have said worse. To be honest, could have compared.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, and I've got a better accountant than Ken Dodd as well, mate.
Doesn't take much, to be honest, on that side of things.
No. I think Ken Dodd went to the same accountant as Lester Piggott, I think.
I was literally just look at my window because now someone else got next door having a barbecue. Now got literally on the back backing onto our garden, 3 houses down, someone is having a barbecue. Smoke's coming over this way. So I'm so happy I didn't put no washing out on the line today because I would have been pissed.
Well, you know what to do, mate. Just lower a bag down on a rope and say, just stick me in a cheeseburger, will you? That's what you do. Lower a rope out the window, whack a cheeseburger in there, Chief.
Don't mind me, I'm live. Just whack something to keep going.
I can't get out at the moment.
Yeah.
Pretend you've been locked in the room.
Oh dear.
Oh, you're absolutely right, mate. Isn't it funny that them comedians that they do have that are woke are not funny at all? They're so worried about offending everybody. There's just nothing to laugh at all.
No, they're absolutely fucking annoying as fuck. As you say, they try to be so like PC and the whole the Lee Evans of this world and all that. They didn't give a fuck. I've always
Could you imagine? Shit. This man walked into a room. Well, when I say man, I meant him, he. You know,
this person
it'd be like having a ventriloquist with a stutter, wouldn't it? You know, you never get the basic joke out. Yeah. No. Answer the fucking door. You know, just be like, you know.
And the whole point of comedians like Ricky Gervais even says recently, like one of the most recent ones, he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't. Oh no, he has no filter. But he says, look, the whole point of being a comedian or being in comedy is when you tell jokes, it's meant the whole point of a joke is to see how far you can push it with the audience.
Yeah.
What is that?
You've forever got to be pushing the line, because if you're not pushing the line, after a while it becomes old hat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, like now, I mean, you'll laugh at the odd one, but to mother-in-law jokes, which were all the rage 20, 30 years ago, they get it out, you know, do people roar their heads off now? No, of course they don't. You know, you might get the odd one that's really funny, but 9 times out of 10, the staple diet of the old mother-in-law joke or doesn't go down as well as it used to. So you've always got to be pushing the boundaries of that comedy to find out. You don't find out where the line is until you've gone over it, if you know what I mean.
Or even Jimmy Carr? He does that as well. That's the whole point. That's the whole thing. Niche of what he does. He does push the boundary. He doesn't get. Again, doesn't have a filter, but he likes to push and see how far the audience will be like. Okay, this ain't funny anymore. What you're doing? But even he's like, it's a joke. Come on, piss off.
Here we go. Here's another joke.
Yeah.
Where's the line? I've seen him do that. Where is the line? I'll find out by whether you laugh or not. You know. And he's absolutely right.
As I said, every live DVD or turned into DVD now that Lee Evans ever did from the early 90s all the way up to the end of his career. I even watched. I've got to see him live, not his last tour, the one before, the penultimate one before that at Wembley. And it's obviously things that obviously we see live, they get edited out of the DVD recording and all that.
Yeah.
He takes they take little digs at the celebrity world and all that, like Katie Price can't read or write, this, that, and the other, little things that you know the audience will there and then will get and be on board and have a laugh and know you're fucking about, basically. But he did. I can't remember what year it was. I've got the DVD, but I can't remember what year it was. But Lee Evans, one of his tours, I think it was up in Scotland on the DVD one. He did a sketch where he's basically doing multiple roles in this sketch of obviously a wife, her husband, and the guy she's having the affair with, and he's like, how does the person get a raise in this, that, and the other? And he's like, this is how it must go. And he goes through the whole stages and like, where's the wig and everything. He's fucking chatted at one. He's like, for fuck's sake, just get this done with.
Yeah.
But basically, it's just. But but nowadays that sketch will be like, how dare he say that? Why is he behaving as a blonde woman?
Yeah, unbelievable, isn't it? It's Oh, and Taib, to answer you in the chat, mate, it may seem boring to you, but when it's whistling past your nose at 80 mile an hour, trust me, it's not boring. Yeah, I mean, you do sort of look at the line and you go, you know, and they go, oh, you shouldn't be saying that and you shouldn't be saying that. But you'd never make a joke about anything, would you? Because anybody can be. I always turn around and go, so what right have you got to be offended? Why is the idea that you're offended? Because in order to find a line or to tell the truth, sometimes you have to risk being offensive. It is not enough to turn around and go, I'm offended. You know, because you can quite simply turn around to that and go, well, I'm offended by you being offended. Where are you going with that? Where are you going with it?
No, exactly.
It wasn't meant like that. You took it the wrong way and you did it on purpose, which is offensive. That means you're picking on me and you're singling me out. You know, I mean, you could just go on and on.
I know. I mean, Ricky Gervais and his recent, I don't know if it's a tour or not, but he did a thing on Netflix, basically. His recent show he did on Netflix. It's obviously it's like the aftermath of the joke he did about Bruce Jenner or whatever, and obviously been now he's gone to
not done a lot for women drivers, and
all that basically. But he's like, well, he obviously getting the tweets and this and that. He's like, well, hang on, it's like you said that you might find it offensive, but other people might not. They might actually get what I'm trying to say. And he's having to break it down like. But he's also doing it at the same time taking the piss. But like, obviously, Bruce Jenner, so-and-so Jenner, who used to be obviously Bruce Jenner, goes into the doctor, says, you know what, he's not cut off, this, that, and the other. Just keep it in the, just put in the eye. So what, you know, it's the fact we have to simplify it for people that get so woke. It's like, seriously, get a life.
Oh yeah. I like just put in the chat that he's watching porn and the game at the same time. Wow.
Oh no, I saw that. I won't go put it up because obviously YouTube.
I know. Well, just a quick aside for you, mate.
Multitasking.
Make sure that you know what you're watching when you hear the words Lukaku's just smashed one in the back of a net. All right.
Gone through the back doors. Oh, no, some cancelled now.
Probably the football they're talking about, mate. So just so you don't get confused.
Yeah, so don't get too excited at that moment, please don't. Jesus Christ.
If you hear the phrase that Dubov's just gone through the back of Tielemans, don't get excited. Where is Melvin these days, by the way? Is he? Has somebody broken out of the dungeon? Is he hunting them down?
He popped on for the quiz on Thursday, came second. But yeah, apart from that, he's been doing some bits with his son and all that. Jerome and all that. So I'll see if he's around tomorrow. If he's up to doing that. I
reckon he's been putting an extension in the dungeon.
Yeah.
I reckon added another room.
Yeah. Next,
got an Iron Maiden in there and some whips and chains and stuff, manacles and.
Oh my God!
I reckon he's got a little. You ever seen Like Brian? I reckon he's got a little old man standing there, hanging there in manacles. Melvin, turn me the right way up.
Oh, fucking hell.
You know, I got a 7-day ban on Twitter not so long back because I was having a bit of a row with a person who thinks they're not of that gender, and all I did was send them the Monty Python bit about Loretta. You know, I want to be a woman. What?
Well, what was it most going on that? Most recently, what was it? Demi Lovato is now doesn't consider themselves as a male or female. We have to refer to that person as they or them from now on. So
really?
they don't identify as because they don't. That person doesn't identify. I can't say she anymore. It pisses me off. There's only 2 sexes in the world. End of. And then it's like people making extra sexes. Like, I'm literally. I don't identify as a male or female. I'm
look in your pants, and we'll soon find out.
I forgot the biology actually suggests there's only 2 genders in the world, male or female.
Yeah, Demi Lovato.
It just does my head in. It's like, I know I'm fucking 32, but bloody hell, makes me.
She's an elf, isn't she? OUMF, one ugly, one ugly mother.
It's all to keeping the fucking what was it? Keep herself known in the media.
Yeah.
Keep saying she. It's like force of habit, guys. I do apologise, but they keep. It's just to keep that person in the eye of the media. Like, oh, look at me, I'm doing this now. Like,
virtue signalling tits.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Do me a favour, Demi. When you can make a woman pregnant yourself, come back and tell me that you're not a female. All right. Apart from that, you're either that or a Jaffa, aren't you? We heard you were trying to pimp him out.
Well, Scott.
Melvin doesn't get pimped, Steve. Melvin does the pimping. He keeps them locked in his dungeon for 5 years until they do his bidding. And only then does he let them out.
For 2 minutes. Get back in there.
And when he lets them out, they've got an electric shock bracelet on their ankle. Just flicks a switch and that's it.
Oh, my God. You got to laugh. If you don't laugh, you cry.
Man, this is Belgium-Russia game's a dead egg, isn't it now?
Russia it is now, yeah. Second half has gotten underway, guys. Sorry to say, but yeah, dead egg now. It's literally going to be 3-4 by the looks of it. Belgium are on the attack now.
And since I can't get ITV, and I'm hoping that Sam, if you're watching this, Sam, give us a decent link to something to watch the game on ITV, will it? Because at the moment, all I can go on is the radar screen and what Ryan's telling me is happening. So. But that's not a bad thing because I can always just go into the garden for a cigarette and carry on chatting.
Oh dear.
Here we go. This week, ladies and gentlemen, under Homes Under the Hammer, we have Warren's back garden with obviously the sun loungers and a nice balmy evening. So if you're bored by the Belgium game, you've got no interest in football, you're back to that. Stump.
I think Melbourne's got a bit too far
away from the house. So let's I'll let you go on this Sunday. Hang on, there we go. Oh, there we are. Oh, that's beautiful. It's a nice balmy evening out here, Ron. Sun's just gone down. It's not too hot. It's not too cold.
Oh dear. Let's run the attack. Let's see what happens here. See fuck all. Oh no, say that again.
Mm. Oh, God. I've got to say, mate, I am thoroughly today, I don't normally do this, and don't tell anyone, but I'm thoroughly enjoying my privilege.
Oh, dude. Yeah, don't tell everyone that, bloody hell.
What a shocking human being I am.
Oh, dear.
Just in case there are any idiots out there, work very hard to get them.
Oh, yeah, Jesus Christ. You ain't no something your mouth for your crime lord.
Yeah, have you seen that guy who goes on Ryan's show? Not only is he calling the Belgian players shit, he's got a mate who's got bags of privilege. They're not they're not very diverse. They've even got a man on from Canada who hates cancel culture. God bless them.
Oh, God, I'm getting cancelled. Hang on.
Yeah, YouTube will be on you in a minute, mate. Don't worry.
What's even worse, I've got someone lock people in dungeons.
Yeah. Melvin's taking his privilege a bit too far. 42 people manacled in his dungeon.
Oh, God.
You all right there, Ron?
Oh, God.
That'll be the next thing.
Oh,
yeah, they're very good, but they won't. No.
Oh, God.
You know what I can't do, mate? I can't get the pack in the penalty shoot. They refuse to come out of the packet in the penalty shootout, mate.
Oh, dear.
Oh. Wow, this is a life. I should have thought of this 59 years ago. You think Melvin will lend me a couple of his slaves?
Possibly.
Can I have a couple of his dungeon people out on probation?
I'll ask him now. I'll just pop over to the group chat quickly. That'll be the next one. We've even got a group chat. Talk about all this crap. Oh, fucking hell. How dare they? This ain't on.
Yeah.
They're taking it too far now.
Yes. How dare they take the mickey out of something that's hilariously funny?
There's an inside joke on each other. How dare they?
Yes. How dare they take the mickey out of each other? I can't believe it. Terrible behaviour. I mean, it comes to something, doesn't it, these days, when you have to say it would be a good idea to cancel culture.
The irony behind it.
Yeah. The irony of cancelling the cancellers. The cat wants to go in. There we go. Oh. Man, that's kind of nice out here.
Got the window up now, there's a bit of breeze coming through now.
Yeah, it's just that right temperature where it's not too hot, it's not too cold. There's nobody else in the house, so I've got nobody breathing down my neck going, "You're talking too loud on your live stream. Can you tone it down a bit?" Nobody else in the house. I've got the house to myself. Life is good at the moment. Oh
dear. Ryan, your channel is going to get shut down, and the police are going to arrest you for being Melvin. Just on that alone, everything else is fine apparently.
You'll become the new Alex Belfield of YouTube.
Don't worry, guys. The money I make on this channel, I'll pay him off.
Yeah. Yes. When they come round, mate, you just claim every victimhood status you possibly can. You get away with it. You just go, I suffer from epilepsy. They'll be sending you a letter of apology by the end of the week, mate. You just literally turn around and go, look, have you seen my place? They're having barbecues outside. It's disgraceful. I have to put up with the smell every time. I just have to put up with the smell of cheeseburgers wafting into the loft.
Absolutely disgraceful. How dare they? And you're coming after me?
Yes. I'm not rich enough to be able to afford cheeseburgers on a weekend or a barbecue.
Oh, dear.
I've only got a window box for a garden. It's an absolute picture in the summer. It'd be like that Stephen Fry Laurie advert. You know, where he gets that one big that box in the middle of London.
Oh, sorry.
Compact and bijou, Mostin. They'll be coming around asking why you think Belgium's replacement players are dog food.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. What was it? Steve in the chat saying, Russia are lost of ideas right now. They've looked lost from the first second, to be honest.
Russia are a poor side, aren't they? Let's face it. I mean, they had that wonderful time when they had their home support behind them, and W was scoring a couple of goals, and he became a bit of a cult hero, even though he's a bit of a gangling ox, to be fair. And he's a bit of a threat in the air, but you know, you can't. Russia don't have a lot. I watched them a couple of times last year, and they look devoid of ideas, to be honest. You're always going to qualify. I think, you know, most of the teams are going to qualify when you get third place playoffs and the top two out of, you know, if you're in there with Luxembourg, Malta, and I don't know, Moldova or whatever, you know, it's qualifying to not a massive difficulty, is it? To be fair.
Melvin's just replied, by the way. He says they're under contract. Oh, dear.
You're like your Bosnia and Herzegovina and Lithuania, and you know, can we loan Arteta to Russia? Wouldn't be a bad idea, mate. I think the gulags would be a good place for him to go.
Oh, dear.
He's only there to sell our kids to Manchester City. Well, so I think Arteta would be a great fit for the Russian team, because they don't seem to know what they're doing either.
Yes.
I mean, we've sort of got. I mean, we can have a moan about England and Southgate and all the rest of it, but you know what? We can sort of enjoy, or hopefully enjoy. Obviously, given the events of today, it's a real damper on it. But hopefully, we can enjoy the rest of the tournament now that we know Christian's out. You know, fairly stable and fairly safe. We can enjoy the rest of the tournament and forget about Arsenal's troubles for a while, because let's face it,
exactly.
It's going to be. You know, we've got 3 weeks here where we can just enjoy ourselves and have a laugh and have a chat before we go back to having to put up with what we put up with last year. And that's a depressing thought. I'm thinking about taking some therapy.
Well, what is it? The fixtures come out on this Wednesday coming. They come out at 9 a.m. in the morning. Literally, you know, half of our fan base will have an absolute meltdown. No matter what the fixture. Man City. Oh, fuck. That's it. The world's going to end.
Man City away, Leicester.
Chelsea.
And then Chelsea, and then Brentford.
Ball's not even been kicked. What the hell? We're getting relegated.
Well, you know, mate, it will come out. We'll have all the lesser teams in the last part of the first half of the season, the latter part of the first half
all
of the
big
season.
games will be done in the first knock-ins. Yeah.
So we'll literally be battling for a Europa place after 9 games. Hello, Brownie.
How you doing, mate? If you want to come on, mate, let me know. I'll send you a link.
Yeah, nice to see you, Brownie.
Hope you keep around. Obviously, get your thoughts on what happened earlier as well.
Yeah, and well done for keeping your stream up. I saw that, so I popped on quickly just to let you know what I'd found out. And we're all.
Yeah.
Is that you or me?
I think it might be aimed at both of us, maybe. I don't know. If I don't know. What time are you thinking, Brownie? Let me know.
Be more specific, Brownie.
Need more times.
You got out of jail today, buddy. Got out of jail against Switzerland today. Oh, dear.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
They couldn't finish their own dinner, could they?
Both of us, but what time, Brownie? Need to know times. Because I've sorted, that's all. So I can freshen up. Because I'm literally had an haircut today and I've got to wash all the crap off. Always when you get a haircut, all the little bits of fucking loose hairs.
Yeah, they do. Don't they not put the old brush around the back of the neck anymore?
Yeah, I still do that, but I do all this. I go like that for the first day or so.
You get offered something for the weekends. There you go, sir. With a packet of 3 for the weekends.
Well, fucking cheeky fucker done my hair today. Obviously, down the road where I usually go. And this is a guy that done my hair a few weeks ago, after we come out properly reopened and all that. So obviously asked, he's like, high fade, and all that, a bit obviously, because of how long this has got at the top, a bit shorter, but not too short, but short enough so I can still. He got to this level. This is where I wanted it, by the way. He went, if you go any shorter, you'll see your scalp because your hair's thin. I'm like, no fucking shit. I'm 30 fucking
really?
two.
Honestly? Oh, well done, Sherlock. You'll see your scalp. Really? Oh, what you mean? Let me get this right. If I have my hair very short, I'll be able to see my scalp.
If I've gone basically what you say, if I've got a number, I didn't ask for number 1 or over. Basically, what you're saying, if I go for number 1 or over, I'm going to see. You'd see me. I thought, no fucking shit. That's what happens if you go for a number 1 or over.
I can imagine the sort of barber you got. Oh no, you don't want to do that, love. You'll be able to see your scalp. Your hair's lovely. You don't want to mess it up. I mean, the more hair you have, love, the more you can do with it. Know what I mean?
Yeah, fucking at my age, Jesus Christ.
Do you like a little touch of rouge on your cheeks?
Oh dear. The thing is, I've noticed actually since obviously coming back out of this lockdown this year, they don't do the old checking at the back anymore. Like the mirror, you shave the back of your head anymore.
Yeah, no. I go to one of these old barbers. He's about 80 odd years of age, and while I'm there, I get a cutthroat shave as well. Love that. Love a cutthroat shave. I went to one of these Turkish barbers, and they went, I'm not sure, like a stupid idiot. Would you like your ears and your nose done as well, sir, with that wax? No, I never had that done before. Go on then.
Oh. Never again.
Suits you. I'll tell you what, when he pulled that first one out, I was like, he's just pulled my nose off. I'm going to have an operation to have it stitched back on. Honestly, I was like, I was holding onto the chair like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was like I'd just been shot into space. It was like, Jesus Christ, talk about making your eyes water when they pull that wax out. Wow. I would imagine it's like somebody having wax strips on a hairy back.
Steve's optimistic in the chat. Liverpool, Chelsea, City, and United with our first 4 games. Suck, you know. Can't have a punishment.
That's because you want to end. You want to end the crushing hope of finishing 7th straight away, don't you, Steve?
Drop bottom after 4 games. 4 games, 4 defeats, minus 20 odd goals.
Yeah, and then Russ saying he just needs more time.
Yeah, exactly. He needs more time, guys. He's had nearly 2 years, but he needs more time.
Then there'd be Sam and Russ arguing over the fact that the reason we've lost 4 games is because he denied us a penalty in the 6th minute of the first game of the season.
Or Russ' thing will be this next season. So We sold the wrong goalkeeper this summer and signed the wrong one as well.
Yeah. Melvin will be going, why is Xhaka still here?
Why's he got the armband on? What's going on? Oh, dear.
Yeah. That could be, it could be highly entertaining season. I've got a feeling we might struggle unless we buy one or two really good players. And I don't want us to go for third tier, average, middle of the road, 28-year-olds. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Take a risk with your 25 million and buy somebody for about 20 odd million and then loan them out into the French division for a year. That'd be a good idea. Because they're not quite good enough for our level. If they're not good enough for Arsenal, what the hell are you doing spending that sort of money on them? Because it's not we're overly blessed with talent, is it? Brownie will be more than happy to come on. Send me a link, mate. I'll tie you to the Turkish barbers.
Yeah, I'll let you know on Facebook, mate. I'll message you after this stream on Facebook. Oh, Hazard's coming on.
Yep.
Eden anyway, not the younger one.
I've got to say, mate, that my trip to the Turkish barbers was eventful. But I'll go again. I'm nothing if not brave.
Brave or stupid?
yeah, that's probably more like it. Since he nearly yanked my nose off. He peeled the top of my ears off. They've never felt so tender. I thought the teacher had been behind me going, come here, Thornton. Not so good.
Oh, dear. Brad just sent me the link on Facebook, yeah. He just sent me the link over. He sent me the link on Facebook, so I might check your Twitter.
All right, mate. Yeah. If he hasn't sent it you, send it over to me on my Twitter.
Oh,
mate.
yeah.
Seems I'm currently banned on both platforms. I've done jolly well this month.
Just a breathing, really. Just saying hello.
Oh, mate. All I did was Brownie needs to go to sleep. What's the betting you were going to be about at 10:45 then, Brownie? How comes you need sleep, Brownie? What's going on? Have you been on holiday again and pestering barmaid?
Oh dear. Going live with a bar and chatting up the local barmaids.
Yeah, Brownie, you're a legend, mate. I got you down as a legend after that. That was so funny. Well, you had a wrap around your little finger. He had a wrap around his little finger. Hello, love, bring me another beer, you know.
Yeah.
Good old boy.
Oh dear. There be lights, they said.
Yes, yeah, I've stuck the old light on. So I just think that our season, unless we buy one or two decent players, unless we're going to have our loan players back and they're going to start playing. I'm not looking forward to Willian stepping out in an Arsenal shirt again.
Trust the process. Apparently, according to his agent, now, actually that in the States at the moment on holiday, his agent's come out and said basically, Willian sees himself staying here for life now. Like, okay, bye, fuck off.
Yeah,
I'm sure David Beckham would take you.
Yeah, stay on holiday. I'd be more than happy with that. See, I'd be happy for the likes of Smith Rowe. I don't mind finishing 11th next year if we're playing Smith Rowe, Willock, Balogun, Saliba. I'll take that. I'll take that if our youngsters are learning and they're being given freedom to play. But we know he's a dead loss, mate. We're treading. Do you know the worst thing about, or for me, is I think we're treading water next year, mate. All the time Arteta's there, we're treading water. We're not actually solving anything, are we?
No. Don't be silly. That involves common sense.
I mean, you might as well just get the podcast we've done for the last year and
keep
just
on
play them. Yeah, just put them on the loop for every Saturday afternoon, because pretty much everything that we said last year will be relevant this year. I can't see there being much of a change, can you?
Nope.
But just at the moment, mate, where do you see us finishing next year?
Oh God, no, you ask.
Yeah,
under the current,
quite a few teams are going to strengthen.
Yeah,
Few teams will strengthen, and I'm genuinely fearful of where we finish next year.
I think as it stands as we speak at this moment in time, we'll be lucky if we can hold on to 10th.
Yep. I'm going to say if we finish top half, we've done well. Because when you look at the players they're thinking of buying, none of these names leap off the page at you and go,
no.
"Oh, there's a hidden gem there, is there?"
No.
You know, there's nothing there that makes you go, "Oh, I like that signing."
Especially the outfield players. Look, it? Suddenly, apparently, suddenly we're sort of going back in for Odegaard on a permanent deal and all that. All of a sudden, like, if that was the case, why the hell have you been chasing Ben away for the last fucking few weeks? Just get the fucking.
I mean,
Odegaard's clearly the better option.
I can understand if there's a player going and he's 80 million, but Canate, one of potentially the best defenders out there. You know, 21 years of age, 35 million. Why are we not part of that conversation as a football club?
Because they're reactive, not proactive. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, Vermaelen's coming on. Bloody hell, he's still playing.
Who is?
Thomas Vermaelen. Just come on for Tongan. I didn't even know he was still playing. I thought he retired by now.
Right, Steve. Where we finish depends on how much spent, who and how soon we get rid of Arteta. I mean, personally, I'd go and get a new manager, because do you trust Arteta to spend the 150 million he's got? You know, with wages and everything else, he's got about 150 million to spend. But he's not going to spend it wisely, is he?
Oh, of course not. That was silly. That would mean using common sense again.
Yeah. I mean, 72 million Pepe, massively overpriced for a guy who just produces every now and again. 30 million to Willian, 30 million to David Luiz. There's 130 million right there. What return do we get for that? Sorry.
Exactly. And even under new ownership of Daniel, it won't change straight away. Literally, fans have to be patient enough to give Daniel Ek the 12 months to get everything, get the house in order and fix everything that Stan Kroenke's broke, and reinstall that winning mentality of what you see at Chelsea nowadays.
Yeah, I must admit, I thought Thomas had retired. Injury, but he was average for us, wasn't he? For Marvin.
Well, no, he started off okay with us. The second he got the armband, he just became average, and as you say, and then was injury prone as well. Yeah,
it's a real shame, because when he's first season for us, I thought, wow, we got to find it.
Yeah. All right, for as captain as well, because he brought me when he was captain of Ajax and all that.
But it's like delete at Juventus, isn't it? That hasn't worked out too well.
No, he literally again looked fantastic there, and literally he's gone to Juve. Against everyone's sort of surprised. Everyone thought he was going to go Barca because of the links between Barca and Ajax, but he went to Juve and was it 40-45 mil, and no, he hasn't. He has far from it as it worked. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, and you look at, Juve, and you look at his defending. I think, to be honest, he's a bit David Luiz. I think he's a defensive centre midfielder rather than a centre back. EK. If we got EK.
Oh, Ek. Daniel Ek.
Oh,
Daniel guy.
Sorry, yeah. If we got him, I'd be more than happy with that, because as an Arsenal supporter, he's going to put his money where his mouth is, and his thoughts are going to be more on the team. Hello, Cheddars, and Cheddars is with us.
Oh, is he there? I'll pop up in my thing in a second. So here we go. There he is. All right, Cheddars, how you doing, mate?
Nice to see you here, buddy.
Oh dear, how are you how are you doing after what happened earlier as well? Because I'm sure you watched the game as well and saw what happened.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
see
you were
what
with us, mate.
heard about it.
Thank God it's good news, eh? I was genuinely, I was holding on a very thin thread there when I was watching it.
Yeah, you and me both. When I saw literally, when he went from what we saw initially, we thought it was a seizure because he was obviously moving like he was having a seizure. That was all. It went from that to actually no CPR and then everything else. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh, Cheddar's has got a good team there. Everybody want to meet up for the Euro final. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Find a pub. We'll all travel. Find somewhere in the middle, and
yeah,
we'll all get together for the Euro final. It would giggle. Only about 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
I'm about 30 miles outside of London.
Oh dear.
Get Brownie up from Swansea. You can chat up to Farmhouse and get free drink.
Well, the episode of the final comes, you'd be out of isolation, so yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice. I'm so looking forward to that, mate. I'm so looking forward to us finally getting out of it. Yeah, Taib, I'm more than happy to come along, mate. Come and have a pint with you and the lads. That'd be a great day out.
Oh dear.
We'd have a game of Pass the Arteta. So we'd have a game of Guess Who, where you put them stickers on your head and everybody else you have to guess what you are. Am I a dickhead? Do I make the same substitutions after 60 minutes? I'm Mick Collard.
Oh dear, gotta laugh.
Have you, Cheddar? You whereabouts in Sussex are you, buddy? I know Sussex pretty well because I used to play cricket down that way quite often. Eastbourne area around there.
Also, guys, if you haven't already, do smash that like button and do share the content. And if you haven't already as well, do subscribe to the channel because we will be back to work for the big game, the big game tomorrow, England versus Croatia.
New Haven, just down the road from Brighton. Yeah, that's nice down there. You haven't been sneaking into Brighton for nights out, have you? You can tell us, Jedders. We won't tell anyone, mate.
Just anyone that wants to come on the stream, they'll see. But yeah, the government might be watching us.
Looks like a dead game now, doesn't it? Belgium have already put it to bed. That's what we ought to do for the Euro final. Since Cheddar's is down by the coast, we all ought to bugger off down to the coast. Get a bit of sand between our toes, pop in the pub, have a few beers, watch the final.
Oh dear, imagine that. Bloody hell. Nice weather as well, hopefully. In the opposite word.
Yeah, New Haven's all right, actually, Cheddar's. I was just up the road from Brighton. Ran down over to Eastbourne. I played there for a season. Played there for a couple of seasons playing cricket. I've got to say, I did enjoy it. Ran there, Pevensey. Very nice, coast of East Sussex. I've got to say, there's something about the sea or being beside the sea, or being beside water that I find quite peaceful. It's like when I'm home because we're on an island. It's just it's beautiful. So always pretty warm 11 months of the year, apart from the stormy month. And then you wake up in the morning, you've got a big mountain behind you, and you've got a lake in front of you. It's so there's something to be said for that. I'm missing that. Can't wait to get back at Christmas.
Well, thought about 6 minutes ago, by the way, in the game. It's been pretty dull second half, really.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that we've been talking about everything bar football.
It says it all.
Probably says a lot. Yeah, normally if there's something going on in a game, we're all over it. So, yeah, I can't see those two. I think the whole day though has been a bit of a downer, isn't it? Because of what happened.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You know, you can't really get excitable about anything after that. Do you know what? First game, Switzerland. You know, the very first game. At one point, so worried about, you know, the Christian thing and everything that was going on with that. Somebody asked me what the result was from the first game, and do you think I could remember? It just goes to show how your concentration
goes,
yeah. All I could think about was, is Ericsson okay? Somebody asked me the result of a game I just watched 2 hours ago, and I couldn't for the life of me remember the result. You know, just goes to show how hard that sort of thing scrambles your brain a bit. I'm so glad. Before we go off air, I'm so glad that he's okay.
Oh yeah,
because I absolutely, I was hanging on by a thin thread there, because that is something that nobody wants to see, and it's a horrible thing. And for anybody who thinks that, let's get this into perspective, anybody who thinks that staying online or watching it or whatever is ghoulish, it's actually not, because there's a genuine concern for wanting to see that guy lift his head, for wanting to see that guy open his eyes, for wanting to hear some good news. I mean, everybody can see by what's going on the pitch how awful it is, and how terrible it is, and how much that guy's in trouble. And you can see that, you know, it's one of them, oh, you shouldn't look. But, you know, at the end of the day, what you're hoping for and what you're hanging on for and what you're staying for is the hope of some good news. Had it been ultra bad news, don't get me wrong, everybody, I doubt whether we've been even a watch along for this evening. You know, so you know, anybody who's going along going, oh, you shouldn't be watching it, and this, that, and the other. The reason people stay online like that is to try and bring everybody and anybody that might be about and spread the good news as soon as you can possibly get some. And well done to you, Ryan, for staying on, and well done to Brownie for staying on his as well. You know, you didn't do anything. You know, it's a good thing. It's a hard call to make, but as I say, people would have just turned off their channels and then turned on Sky Sports, you know, to see what's going on. And that just, I mean, is that not utterly stupid beyond belief?
Only beyond all ironies,
Come off the channel, what are you going to do? Turn on Gone with the Wind and watch a good movie or something? You know, you're not, are you? You're going to go straight on to Sky Sports to find out what the latest is. So, you know.
3-0, Lukaku.
There we go. Money's in the bag. Lukaku's got 2 goals now. Top scorer now.
Yep. Well, there's no, I think they don't matter. I think he's going to fucking walk it. This group is so weak.
Well, you see, that was the reason I went for Lukaku as top scorer, because I saw how weak the group was, how much Belgium play very much like his team, so he doesn't have to change his game much. And by the time they get to, if Belgium make the quarterfinals, Lukaku could already have 6 or 7 goals in the bag. You know, so I thought he was a bloody good bet at 12-1.
Oh yeah, that's really good odds considering who it is and who he plays for. And all that,
Yep, 12-1. I was happy to get that, mate. Belgium evens, free money, absolutely right.
Oh yeah, that's
absolutely right, mate.
Daylight robbery, that is.
Yeah. That's just bookies giving it away. Belgium against Russia even.
And what world can you give someone even money when they're literally so far superior to the opposition? And all due respect to Russia there.
Me, I'd have had Belgium 3-10 on, and Russia, you'd have got 11-5. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And the draw would have been evens. I wouldn't have given you any price for Belgium.
No, exactly.
I mean, how far outside? Always the way to sum up how much a hot favourite is. If you had £10 and I was saying to you, I'll give you Russia at 2-1, would you take it? No. 3-1, no. 4-1, no. You've got free £10 now. What do you want it? You know. And you go 5-1. You want 6-1 on Russia before you'd even think about parting with a tenner. And even then, you'd be going, I've probably done my money. You know.
Well, Russia got a free kick as well. See what they do from this. 2 minutes injury time, by the way.
I'd want like something like 11-2 on Russia. You want about 5.5-1 at least on Russia, wouldn't you, to even consider in a game like this? Yeah, you're right, Toy. They have got a very lightweight team, and the only guy they've got. I mean, you saw it didn't work with Turkey. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird when you look at the similarities of Russia having that big lumbering ox up front and Turkey having a big lumbering ox up front, and both games have ended up 3-0 for the other team. So if you've got guys up front who can't hold the ball up and can't bring your players into play, it's just going to keep coming back, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It also goes to prove that how much of a fluke, with all due respect, that World Cup was for Russia getting as far as they did.
Yeah. Steve, we go, it's not their sport, they love hockey. That's you, mate. Canadians, my God, they live for that.
Oh dear. Give it time. Canada will be part of Euros as well. Fucking Australia's part. If lots of Australia can compete in the Eurovision amongst other countries, anything's possible in the future.
Yep. What are we going to do? Get a giant barge and tow Australia a bit closer to Turkey.
Come together as one and just heave.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I mean, even go back to that 12-1 odds. I mean, as people were saying on social media, that Lukaku is in his prime. This is he's at the best.
For me, playing at Inter, he's now reached his peak. He's at the top of where he should be. His national team play pretty much the same way as Inter do. For me, I thought he's got to be worth a tenner. So I stuck the tenner on 12-1. It's a decent shout.
Yep. Full time was just gone, by the way, everyone. Finished 3-0. Comfortable. No real pressure from Russia on Belgium. So not a real proper test, but they finished what they had to do, basically. And where was that anyway? I don't even know where that was. Where they were playing, but hey, is it what it is? We've got 3 points on the board for them. That was in Russia as well. St. Petersburg. Yeah. Okay, bloody hell. How many countries are actually hosting this thing? Jesus Christ. Oh, right.
Well, I think we've probably got to go on Brownie's show later on if he wakes up. That is.
If does all this.
I'll give you a shout about 5 minutes before, right? But for anybody who's been watching in the stream and has been with us all day, it's been a fairly traumatic day. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for the continued support of Ryan and others who stayed online to try and give us as much decent, good information as we could. Because at the end of the day, we all want to know the information and know that they're okay. It's been a bit of a shit day all round. Wales, Switzerland sort of pales into insignificance. So does the Belgium result. And just hoping that Christian Eriksen makes a full recovery. He's probably, and this sounds horrible, but he's probably never going to play football again. So let's hope the level of care that he's getting at the moment is matched later on when the reality sets in. Best wishes to him and his family and all the players who are associated with him. And also, I'd like to say a big, great idea, but probably a bad idea in the end to carry on with that Denmark game. Should have just had a point each. And I just hope that I hope Denmark now can bounce back and qualify. I really do. I think it might be very, very difficult for them. But what I would like to say is just a big thank you to everybody who wished Christian Eriksen well, because at the end of the day, we might be, as I said before, we're all tribal. Sometimes we all support different people and we don't like different players and this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, when something like this happens, we're all one big family, and you just come together and you all wish Eriksen the very best and keep talking.
Yeah, definitely 100%. Sorry, what's that? Multitasking. 1 second. Yeah, men do multitask, by the way. We can multitask. We can talk and do things at the same time. It's amazing. It's not just a one gender thing. I'm now getting cancelled for saying that, but
you're going to get cancelled for genderising men. And Mr. Mooney, if you are on and watching later on tonight, and you happen to drift across this podcast, Ryan doesn't think you're shit. He just got the pronunciation.
Oh dear. Good show, everyone. Take care. Thanks, Ryan, for sticking with it. Thoughts and best wishes, Eriksen, and make a forward cover, of course, 100%. I think that's we all echo that. Me, Warren, everyone that's watching and watch this is back. We echoing that. And like I said, right, that is it. We're going to wrap things up. Going to get some quick freshen up first, then drink, then probably be over and Brady. So if he decides to wake up in time. If not, you'll see us tomorrow over on this channel again, 1:45, 15 minutes before kickoff, and myself, Warren, and Sam, and a few others as well, for the England versus Croatia game live from Wembley. And yeah, hope to see you there. I'm assuming we'll be set up in the next hour or two. So as soon as you see it, do smash the like button. Do turn on your reminder for that. So don't forget. You will 100% get a notification then when we go live, and you won't miss a second of what's going to be a very entertaining stream, no matter what happens. Put it that way. Thanks to good old Scarif. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Well, as always, Arsenal, come on, you guys.